through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
Okay everybody, welcome back to another adventure. A wild camp today. I'll explain a bit more about why we're here doing the wild camp in a bit. Well, first, you've seen where we parked up, and we're going to bag the small singe of green how. And it's only 221 metres and it's about 5 minutes from the car. So this is the summit of Green How, 221 metres, and it's a singe, and it really was a singe. It was 5 minutes, 10 minutes from the road. There doesn't seem to be any summer cairn, so we'll take this as the top. Fabulous views there over to where we're heading, and fabulous views as the back of magnificent Skiddaw. So that's me left Green How and on to our next summit of Micklerig. So here we are on our second summit of the day, Micklerig. It's a singe, it's 312 metres, and would you believe it, someone's put two little rods. So there we go guys, another one ticked off. Binsy there. Mr. Austin Wainwright, all the way over to across the fells to the main road where we're parked. So that's us down off Micklerig. And we've picked up this track now, which is actually the alternative Cumbria Way path. So this takes us down to Longlands, where we're going to head up the valley to eventually the Col of Trustmadore between Uldale Fells and Great Cockup. This is me arriving in the small little hamlet of Longlands. So I'm passing through the wonderful, lovely houses of Longlands. We're not going to go through that gate. I'm going to take a left. I'm going to head up that path there, which will take us up the valley between Great Cockup and Longlands Fell. Okay guys, that's me a little bit further up the valley, making my way up on this really good track. So behind me you can see Longlands Fell and Lothwaite Fell, and then ahead you can see Great Cockup, and then you can just about make the Pointy Peak in way distance is the summit of Skidder, or Skidder, depending on how posh you want to be. So yeah, so we'll carry on. It's a lovely evening, it's windy but it's really warm, as you can see by the sweat dripping off my face. But we'll carry on, and I'll bring you back when we get further into the valley. Okay, so I've waffled on for a lot on this video already, but I've not actually told you whereabouts in the Lake District I actually am and what I'm here to do. So I'm in the Uldale Fells in the northern lakes, and I'm here to do a charity wild camp in aid of Kewsick Mountain Rescue. It's something that's been arranged through his Facebook group. I'm not on Facebook, Dave, but Dave Hostel and Mossy, my good friends, told me about, and we were meant to be having a three-pronged attack on three of the fells. I was on Meal Fell, Mossy on Great Fell, Great Cockup, sorry, and Dave on Great Fell. Unfortunately, this is a rearranged event because it was meant to be originally in June, but the weather was too bad, so they cancelled it. And Mossy and Dave can't make the rearranged dates because of work commitment, so that's a shame. So it's just me on Meal Fell this evening. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below to both their channels. Go and check them out, they're absolutely fantastic, really good. So yeah, so they're trying to get someone camped on the summit of hole 214 of the Wainwrights, and Dave told me that last count I think they had 180 odd. That's really good, really good. So yeah, we'll get cracking. My fell of Meal Fell is there straight ahead, but we're heading for that dip in the two hills to the area known as Trustmadore, and then we head off left up to Meal Fell. But it's a lovely evening. Hopefully as we turn this corner, some amazing views now. It really starts to open up. But it's just a fabulous area of the Lake District. Okay, so welcome to the wonderfully named Trustmadore, and this is a fantastic area of the Uldale Fells. So we've got the knot up to our left. Straight ahead of us we've got Burnt Todd. Up to our right we've got Great Cockup, and then up to our left we've got Meal Fell, which is where I'm heading. So let's go and have a look at Trustmadore and I'll show you how brilliant it is. Here we are, guys. Trust me though, is this not one of the most beautiful places you've ever seen? Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I'm conscious of time. I want to get the tent pitched up well before sunset. I've got an hour and 40 minutes and I just want to take you down here and show you down this valley. I'll keep it running, but it's just fantastic. Challenge anyone not to think that this place is not a little spot of paradise. Look at that. Unbelievable. Right, let's get up there. I'll bring you back at the summit. Okay, after 2 false summits, I'm hoping that here is the summit of Uldale Fells. Not sure whether it's this or whether it's the shelter up there. Tap the boat. And then we'll head over to the summit shelter. So here we are. This definitely looks higher, so welcome to the summit of Uldale Fells. 550 metres. It's a Wainwright, Singe and a Burkitt. And wow, what spectacular views. Right, let's find somewhere to pitch this tent. So the wind's quite strong at the moment. It is meant to drop down overnight, but there's loads of little nooks and crannies on this fell. So I think we need to try and get somewhere over there behind this cairn and get out of this wind. Shouldn't be too difficult, so I'll bring you back when I've found somewhere. Okay, so just off the summit shelter we found this spot here, so that looks like it's going to be my home for this evening, so I'll bring you back when the tent's up. Okay, so there's the tent pitched just below the summit there. Sun's setting in about 3/4 of an hour. You can see the views that we've got, so that's over to Little Scarfell, Great Scarfell, Knot, Burn Todd, and over in the back Skiddaw is the highest one, Bakestall, and then round you'll be able to see the sea. Let me take you up to the shelter. And there we go. It's quite hazy actually. Yeah, it should get a nice sunset. Fingers crossed. And I've pitched the tent so we're facing east in the morning. So let me take you back to the tent. I'll show you what we got in there. Right guys, so here we go. We've got water, a couple of tropical passion Swedish Aldi ciders. We've got some a fire pot meal, spicy pork noodles, never had that one, so looking forward to that. We've got some sweet chili chicken wraps. We've got some Thai style chicken bites, we've got some tikka bites, we've got some Chinese style skewers with sweet chili dip, and we've got some nacho cheese croquettes, and I've also had some little mini Scotch eggs, but I've just scoffed them. So we've got some iron brew jelly babies, so we've got plenty to go on there. Probably with all that, probably be shiting through the eye of a needle tomorrow morning, hopefully not. And then in here, just the usual, the OAX Leviathan 300 sleeping bag, 4-class pillow, and Big Agnes Rapid SL sleeping mat. So there we go, and that's the view out the tent door. Okay, so I'm over just off the shelter down there, as you can see. But I think, I'm not sure what the true summit of this fell is. It might be that cairn down there, so just in case, we're going to tap it off. So it could be that one, it could be the shelter, or it could be the other one over there. I don't know. We've done all three now, so there you go. So just waiting for sunset really. It's a windy evening, you probably can't tell. Hopefully this mic's working a treat. But the views are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Just stunning. You can see over to Binsey there with the sun behind it. I can actually see over to Scotland. You probably can't on this video, but yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, hopefully everyone else is doing their bit for the event. And fingers crossed they raise loads of money. So that's sunset in about 5 minutes, but it looks like we're not going to get much of one. It's all clouded over the west. Even Skidder's got a tiny little bit of cloud on the top now. But other than that, it's a lovely, beautiful evening. Windy, chilly. So I think it's time to get back in the tent and get some food on. Okay guys, that's me going to retire back to the tent. I think the last knockings of light now. It's much lighter on the camera than it is actually in real life. So yeah, it'll be dark soon. So I hope everyone who's on the charity camp is having a good time. Looks to me like most people will have nice clear views. Certainly I'm 550 metres up. I'm looking at Fells at another 100, 150 plus of me, and they're well clear. Although I have to say, any poor soul up on the top of Skidder is unfortunately in the cloud. But that's the way it goes in the mountains. Hopefully all that'll have cleared for the morning, they get a cracking sunrise. So if I don't speak to you before I put the light out in the tent, I'll see you in the morning. Night night. Morning guys, it's 20 past 5 in the morning, 10 minutes from sunrise. Unfortunately I don't think we're going to get one. I'm okay, I'm not in the clouds, but clouds sitting very low, so again it's not the forecast we were promised. So as I say, I'm not in the clouds. Unfortunately, those poor people, if there is anyone on top of Skidder, are definitely in the clouds. And Mr. Austell, if you're watching this, you'd have been in the clouds as well on Great Scar Fell, unfortunately, and even not now is in the clouds. Yeah, lucky for me, I'm okay. So we're just going to chill out, I think, for another hour and a half before packing the tent away. So we'll just enjoy the time we've got in the hills before we head back down. Well, we've got a bit of colour in the sky over there. But that cloud that I was mentioning earlier seems to be getting lower and closer. I have a feeling if it gets much lower, I'll be in the cloud as well. So that's Binsey over there basking in the glorious morning sunshine. And as we pan round, so is Skidder. And you can actually see the summit now, so anybody on the summit of Skidder will be looking down on the clouds. So there you go, that's you can never think that the conditions you've got are going to stay in the mountains. They can change at any time. There's Great Cockup, and there's Criffle over in the southern uplands of Scotland. Heading over to Bray Fell, Little Scarfell and Great Scarfell. And there you go, all in the space of 2 minutes. Totally clear. Okay guys, it's nearly 7 o'clock, so I'm conscious I need to be away from here before people start coming up the hill. We'll get this tent packed away and get on the move back down to the car. Okay, that's the tent down, packed away, leave no trace. That's where my feet were outside the tent, that's all I've left. So we're going to start heading back down just the way we came, a nice easy route. We'll get some views the other way down the valley. So back up to the shelter on Uldale Fells. Skidder's back to totally clear again, and it is starting to clear all the way around now. Very clear out to the north. So that's us back on the path, back down to Trustmadore, where we'll hang a right just below Great Cockup and follow the path back down the way we came last night. So a wonderful view of Burn Todd Gill flowing into Frozen Fell Gill, down into Trustmadore, and then Skidder straight ahead. But we're heading down to the bottom and then we're hanging a right. So that's us making our way down to the valley floor. In the middle of the shot there, just to your left in the foreground, you can see the edge of overwater, and then in the middle, right in the middle of the shot, you can see out over the Solway Firth, and the big hill behind is Criffel, which is over in the Dumfries and Galloway Hills in Scotland. So I just want to take the opportunity to mention a few channels. As I said last night, Dave Austell and Mossy were meant to be joining us on this camp. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it, but go and check their channels out. Mossy is at Walking Wild Camping UK, absolutely fantastic channel and a great mate of mine. And then we've got Dave Austell Mountain Man. Go and check his channel out, another fantastic channel. And then two more channels that I watch that I believe were on this wild camp last night. Carl from Summit Explorer, I think he was on Glaramar or Bessie Boo, I want to say Bessie Boo, I think. So I'll put a link to his channel and check him out. And also for Robert from Moffat Mountain Adventures, I know he was coming south of the border and he was camping on Grassmoor, so fingers crossed they both had a great camp. So I'll put a link in the description below to all four of their channels. Go and check them out, all absolutely fantastic. And also I'll put a link to, I think his name's Alan from 54 Degrees North, who arranged this wild camp in aid of Kewsick Mountain Rescue. So fantastic cause. Anybody who walks the mountains and the hills will know what an important role the mountain rescue teams do, and it's all voluntary, they don't get paid for it. So any money they can get through events like this is a massive help to them. So go and check out all their channels. As I say, I'll put the description and the link below. So this is us arriving back at Longlands, where here we could take the road back to the car. But I'm going to rejoin the Cumbria Way and retrace our steps that we took last night. I think it's a bit more of a direct route and it's not uphill tarmac road walking. Yeah guys, so this is the alternative Cumbria Way. So if you got to Skidder House and you didn't fancy doing the high route over High Pike, you hang a left at Skidder House and eventually brings you down onto this track. Okay guys, that's me just about to leave the Cumbria Way track and off-pacing it back to the car, so I think I'll wrap the video up here. So this has been a charity wild camp in aid of Keswick Mountain Rescue on Meal Fell, but we also incorporated another two fells on the way up yesterday of Green Howe and Mickle Rig, two singes. Obviously Meal Fell is the Wainwright, but it's been a great trip. Hope we'll have raised loads of money. So we'll catch you on the next outing, which won't be too long, hopefully.